Hello, I'm Angus Farquhar, Creative Director of NVA. We're here on a beautiful day on Arthur's Seat, and this short film is going to give you a bit of advice about the sort of shape that you need to get in to be able to take part in Speed of Light this year at the Edinburgh International Festival. We're at the hub just now, and from this point on the hill 5 or 6 paths radiate out. Some of them are horizontal, some of them are pretty steep going up the way, and some of them are pretty steep going down the way. And if you're an experienced hill runner, you'll have heard this all before, but this is really for those of you, who I would include myself, who haven't done a whole lot of hill running but have spent the last few months getting themselves fit and ready to take part in what will be an amazing event for runners this summer. What we're doing is not typical in any way. You're going to come out at night and you're going to be wearing this incredible light suit that we've spent a couple of years designing that fits tight to the body, and you're going to be running pretty constantly for an hour and a half. You're not going to be running fast, but you are going to be running at night, sometimes in difficult conditions. There'll be wind, there'll be rain, and it's about keeping going and doing that safely, and also having a really good time as you're doing it. There's only one way you can do that, and that is to do the training. It's like if you go out to do a 10k or a half marathon or a marathon, you've got a set time in your mind, and then when you finished it you found out you were half an hour or an hour slower. The usual reason why is because you didn't do the training that you set out to do. And this is no different. In order to take part in this, you simply have to go out and replicate the conditions that you're going to be running in the summer. And those conditions means you should try stuff out at night, and you should try out stuff off-road with your friends at a slow pace, and get used to using the techniques that you need to make sure that you can really get the most out of the experience of doing this. Doing a few road runs, maybe even getting up to 5-10 miles, and then coming and doing this without any hill runs will be a complete nightmare. You simply will not be able to keep the pace up. And keeping the pace up is really important, because we're not just running randomly on the hill. We have 7 groups of 10 to 15 runners, and they're being led at the front and back by experienced run leaders who've spent 3 months learning a complex choreography. Not only that, you're running 10 meters apart, and you have to stay in these 10-meter gaps, so that the audience who are going to be watching, having walked all the way up the steep zigzag steps and up to the summit, are going to look down on you, and the combination of those 8 groups moving in time will make these amazing patterns of light. And we have a series of different legs lasting between 5 and 10 minutes, and each of your individual movements makes up one dot within that pattern. So if after 10 minutes you start walking, your whole group have to walk, the pattern then begins to break and you begin to get gaps in the pattern, and the whole beautiful effect of this work just gets destroyed. So as an individual, you're doing something remarkable within this wider group of people, but it's really important that you can do what you set out to do. And like I say, the only way to do it is to do the training. Doing hill work, there's no magic to it. You just have to go out and train on hills, and it gets your legs working in a different way. You need a different sense of balance. You need to work your arms in a different way, and you need to watch where you're going in a different way to when you're just running along tarmac or running along a horizontal piece of road. This is Paul and Christy, 2 of our incredible run leaders. There are 30 run leaders in total. When you come in August, you're going to have an orientation session on the hill, and Paul and Christy and the other run leaders will take you through a number of signals that you need to learn, so that when you're in your running groups, staying in 10-meter gaps, there are signals which are passed down the line which allow you to change direction, stop, and do a number of key things which keep you in sequence on the hill. So It may seem like a lot to take in. We'll give you some of those signals now within this short film, but when you come in the summer, you'll also get a lot of your questions answered.
Hi, I'm Paul, I'm one of the run leaders.
And I'm Christy, one of the run leaders.
What we're going to do now is talk you through the signals that you'll be using on the night. We're doing this because on the night when you're running in the dark and it's a bit windy, you might not be able to hear each other, so this is why we do signals. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to try the stop sign. The next one is contract. Christy's going to show us the contract. That means bringing you in towards us, okay? And you'll be passing these signals down the line so other people know what to do as well. Right, the next one is expand. So that's the expand signal. Next one we're going to do is about face. 2 hands up, 2 arms up, and she turns, and then you'll all be about facing and heading off in the other direction when we tell you. Okay? Then there's something called the lighthouse. Now if you can imagine, on the night you're going to have a torch on your head, you're going to have your light suit, so when you're spinning round that's going to look like a lighthouse, hence the title. The next one is a firefly. It's 1 arm up, and we'll be showing you what a firefly is, but it's basically going to be shuttle runs, where you'll be zooming off for 3 or 4 yards and then back again, shuttle runs. Okay, that was the signals. Don't worry about them too much. You'll get to do them all over again at your orientation. We'll see you then.
So there's a number of really important things. We're here obviously, blue conditions. I'm in a single t-shirt. When it comes to running at night, even in August, you can be facing high winds, horizontal rain, because it is Scotland. So it's really important that you wear long sleeves, that you wear 2 or 3 layers, that you wear leggings, and you are warm on the hill. Running slowly at night should keep you warm, but there's certain times that when the wind gets you, you really need to make sure that you're staying dry and warm. So don't come in shorts and a t-shirt because it's nice during the day. The temperature can really drop at night, so it's very important to make sure that you're really well kitted out. Second thing is that even with a small amount of rain, the up and downhill routes can turn from really easy to handle to very slippy. So the crucial thing is good footwear. I just now I'm wearing a pair of standard running shoes. You normally think these have really good grip, but you can see they're very bendy, and I wouldn't wear these in really wet conditions, so I'm going to show you what a pair of hill shoes look like. Hill shoes, big chunky grips, very firm, not much give, so when you go onto a rock they actually give you some grip, especially in the wet. The difference between having a grip like that and having a grip like that is absolutely massive. So I'd highly recommend going to a good independent sports shoe store and try on some trail shoes, some off-road shoes, and you may think, right, it's 50, 60, 70 quid to invest, but hopefully having done Speed of Light you'll actually want to do more hill running, and it's an investment worth making. Again, being comfortable and not having to worry about your footwear makes the whole night more enjoyable. So seems like a lot of money, but at the end of the day you'll never do anything like this again in your life, so I would say make the investment. I said we're on steep terrain. We're also on the edge of a cliff line. Salisbury Crags runs around the edge of our A path, which is one of the outer routes. So other things we do are really obvious, like we never go within 2.5 meters of the edge of the cliff. You don't go to have a look over the edge. It would be really easy to trip. It's no problem if you trip onto nice bit of grass, but anywhere near the rocks we just want to keep people well away. So again, we're thinking safety as well as having a good time. Right, that's the lecture over. Sorry if it sounds a little bit like you must, but it's really important that when you come out here for what will be an incredible experience this August, that you're really ready and prepared to do it. So until then, good luck with your training, and we'll see you for Speed of Light very soon. Any questions, get in touch with us.
So that's us down off the hill. I hope you find that useful. Here's some more information which might help you with your training. See you in August. Bye!